Very well. Let this abomination unto the Lord begin.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Planet Express Delivery Podcast, the show where three functional alcoholics sit in a dive bar and talk about Futurama. I've been neglecting to mention for the past few episodes the name of the bar that we record at, so I want to go ahead and give them a shout out right now. Shady McGrady's in Midtown Harrisburg. They do a great job of putting up with all of our nonsense, and just want to give a thank you to them for letting us record this goofy goddamn podcast in their establishment. Beyond that, I just want to mention if you want to contact the show, send us an email, planetexpresspod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter at PlanXPodcast, like the Planet Express Delivery Podcast Facebook page, and look out for our media group, Shady Voices Media, on all of the social media platforms. As well, if you want to support the show, please subscribe and leave a review in iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play, whichever podcast platform is preferred for you. Also, please check out our merch store and consider getting some pretty cool Futurama swag. Find the link for that in the episode description. And as always, if you guys have any suggestions for things we can do on the show, any designs that you want to see up in our TeePublic store, feel free to send us a message at any of the aforementioned links. For this episode, we had a returning guest, Nathan Davidson, on, as well as Suds' sister and her husband. So we had a pretty full crew going into this. We talked about the episode The Sting. I think we all pretty much agreed that it's one of our favorite episodes, but I don't want to spoil anything right up front. I think that's all I have for you guys, so thanks for listening, and please enjoy the episode.
No, we're not waiting for Dave.
We are waiting for Dave. Get the fuck over here.
No, we are barreling ahead.
Just haul ass, fly the plane into the mountain.
All right. I think Dave is mad at us.
Can we just start by introducing the guests?
Okay, so Dave is
I'm Dave.
AWOL.
I'm Dave.
So we have young Dave with us today. Young Dave, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm 196 in dog years. My name is the Nate, and I've been on this podcast before a couple times.
Yeah.
Super great. Have a blast, and happy to be back.
Long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I'm actually kind of a little grumpy about that, but we'll talk about that later.
And we have special guests this week from Pittsburgh?
No, Meadville.
No idea where that is.
Ironically, they don't make mead in Meadville.
Yeah. So my sister Monica, Suds Jr. is here, and her husband Derek.
I don't know what Suds Jr.
Welcome, and speak loudly.
Hi.
Yeah, you gotta speak directly into the microphone.
Hi.
You make a lot of hand motions when you do it.
The listeners really love to see that.
Because
Really
they can
good.
see.
Yeah.
Really good for the audio.
You have
medium.
a face for radio.
Yeah.
Did you introduce this guy?
Apply that to everyone on the show.
Did you even say anything about him?
Yes, I said, and her husband Derek.
Oh, I did not
Great
hear
group.
you.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty typical for you.
Well, shut the fuck up.
Ah, this is
Great
also
view
good
you
stuff.
got over there.
Zing.
Okay, Dave's back. So, James, you want to introduce the episode and tell us where we're going?
Sure.
I have no idea where we're going. Just like fly in the spaceship.
Perfect. Segue. This episode is called The Sting. It was written by Patrick M. Verone.
It's a musical episode, right?
Oh, very much so.
Where they cover all of Sting's songs.
Yeah. This is a police-heavy episode.
Yep. It would have been great if they had the cops a lot. The robot cop and the other guy.
Earl.
Yeah.
And,
Earl, you are.
yeah.
It would have been nice if they had like put a lot of the cops in. Ironically, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Good one, Nate.
All right. So this plane is going down. No, segueing. All right. Our synopsis this week. Fry is killed during a run-in with some deadly bees, due in part to Leela's negligence. After the funeral, Leela's grief-stricken mind begins to hallucinate with the aid of a little space honey. As Leela careens further into madness, she is forced to confront her own guilt before it becomes far too much to bear.
That's not how it was at all.
That is better than the Jeff description we would usually get.
All right, well, what was wrong with it? Let's critique the... I'm only going to get better.
I will actually.
Oh, you wrote that?
Yeah.
Oh, be good.
No, it's great. But I will.
Mastery of the English language.
I will say that it's sort of misleading.
Well, the episode is also misleading.
Yeah,
Well, true.
There's a twist.
There is.
Yeah, it's like the Twilight Zone, but with bees.
Yeah. Because I mean, well, you're in the first line you say Fry dies.
Yeah. Well, he
does.
seemingly does.
Seemingly.
Yeah, but
Well, it is space bees.
yeah,
So
and like I didn't know. I hadn't seen this episode in a long time, but when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, Fry's dead. How are they gonna bring him back?" So I was flying sinker.
By the way, Nate and I watched this episode together this morning, holding hands, sitting on his couch.
That's kind of how I imagine it.
Snuggling in footy pajamas,
Yeah.
drinking chocolate milk.
All the colors.
Delicious.
Yeah.
But because I knew sort of every beat of the episode, and every beat of the episode, and Nate didn't, so it's kind of like interesting to like see him sort of realize what was going on eventually. But
We both cried at the end.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
what was the tagline?
Oh, it was
a byproduct
byproduct
of TV or something? I forget.
broadcast TV.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A byproduct of the television industry.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. First line of the episode. Bad news, everyone.
Not the absolute first line, but the
Oh, okay.
first one I have in my notes, because Fry and Bender are playing virtual golf.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, Bender with his little avatar on
Yeah.
the
He plugs
screen.
himself in.
Yeah.
He goes and jumps in the lake to get the golf ball.
Once again, we see the audio jack in the side of Bender's head that comes up like 3 times in the series. We never get it otherwise. It's not just like built into his character. Just whenever we need to plug him into something.
Yeah.
Just plug him right in.
Well, magic compartment.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's like Lieutenant Commander Data, where you just like have to like push the thing, and then the thing pops off, and then you
What
like
did you
reveal.
just say?
Yeah, he made a reference to Star Trek.
Yes, Michael.
Oh.
Jesus.
And like Data, like when you
Data's
look
the
at him,
best
you're like,
thing
oh,
ever.
there's no, you can't plug him in. But if you take the thing off, you can plug him right in.
And it's his hair. It's
Yeah.
a little hair piece that locks. And then a fiber optic cable can plug in.
Yep.
Yep.
Or optronic.
God, we have Trekkies on the show.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's our
at
special
all.
classification. Qualification.
Well, no, for the longest time, though, we were under the impression that Michael Sutherland over here was a Star Trek fan.
He's not.
Boy, were we wrong.
Apparently, one of the days I quit.
Oh, the Star Trek episode I was invited.
Yeah,
to.
exactly. Well, I was elsewhere doing other things.
Yeah, still never found out what you were doing.
I was not in the state.
You were very cryptic.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I told James where I was going.
He was on
but I
Krypton.
doubt he even remembered. He was so drunk when I told him. He goes, "Oh, it's a good idea." He turned around and like walked away. I'm like, obviously James doesn't give a shit.
I want you to hang on. I want you to take that sentimentality, apply it to everything I do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, no, I figured that out. I think that day too. I was like, James, I'm going to New Orleans. He goes, "Hey, shut up! Why are you talking to me?"
Get off my lawn.
All right, so Bender's in a lake.
Yeah, and
There were a couple of moments of like random Bender in this episode.
Yeah.
When he was on fire.
yeah, that was totally fucking random.
Yeah.
Why was he on fire?
It's terrific though. Oh,
They come in, they put him out, and then just like nobody
riddle?
mentions. Of course, this is part of, as we find out, this is part of Leela's hallucination in a coma.
Get
But
ahead of it.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, as far as like the random bits, this is one because you said the very first thing the professor says is "bad news, everyone."
yeah,
It's just like you're not good enough to go on your next delivery, and then Leela comes in in like welder's gear on a pulley system.
Yeah. It's kind of like hovers in.
Was that how else they could have gotten her into the scene so many other ways? Why that?
Well, meanwhile, Fry and Bender
What
are
was she
just
welding?
rejoicing at the fact that they're not qualified to go on the next
Right,
mission.
right.
They're like, yeah!
We live to suck another day.
Okay, but first I do want to
And-
mention that when they unplugged Bender from the virtual reality thing, he in the virtual reality, his avatar deflates like a balloon.
fizzles away.
Yeah.
That really cracked me up.
And meanwhile, Fry is like really digging in to being a lazy idiot.
Yeah.
Really thinks it's the best. And he loves that part about himself. I'll reference this later in the episode. Just want to put that in right now. But
Yes,
Okay.
because one of the best.
Hey, spoilies.
Okay. No
Spoilers.
no spoilies,
God
please.
damn it! I hate that that's part of the canon now.
Spoilies.
Spoilies. The podcast canon.
Yeah.
No, all the stupid words we have on the slurmies and the...
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about slurmies.
Well,
We'll get there.
Are we at the end of the episode already?
No. Okay, so.
All right, so we should do Slurmies now. Let's wrap this up.
Jesus. Okay, so we should talk about why Bender and Fry are learning that they are bad crew members or whatever, because the professor is sending them to what's the planet called? Do we even know?
It doesn't have a
It's
a
not.
name.
It's the honeycomb in space.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're going to collect this. Oh, and by the way, Hermes is hilarious. in
Yeah.
the opening
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, he is.
Honeycomb big. Yeah.
It's not small.
No.
But yeah, so
Welcome to the show!
so the professor.
to the show.
Oh, that guy is in the episode
Yeah,
later
I know.
at Fry's funeral. By the way, I have a list of other people that are at Fry's funeral.
So do I.
Okay, good. But yeah, so the professor's sending them to the Honeycomb Nebula or whatever it is, and but he tells them like, you know, you are worse than my old crew, and they all died.
Yeah.
But then there's this other line that the professor has. I forget.
No, oh, great line.
So it's great that you brought it up.
Fuck! I forget what I was gonna say.
How long have we been doing this podcast for?
Oh, a long time.
I think I'm still drunk from last night, and also I'm just drunk again. So.
So, pretty much same as always, right?
Yeah, that is
All right.
no different than any other episode we've done.
That is not a justification for anything. It's just you saying I'm drunk.
Well, if I remember correctly, there's always one.
He's playing.
There's always one of the hosts that is just like unbelievably hungover from the night before, and it
Or
rotates.
It's been James recently, but you seem okay today.
I'm doing pretty well today.
Yeah, okay.
Invariably, at least one of us will
Yeah.
be just like fucking falling over themselves.
I guess, hey, I'll take it.
All
this
right.
week.
Today's your turn. I think we'll
And what a
die.
fine day to have family in.
Yeah. It's only gonna go downhill from here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice to barely see ya.
Yeah. I will not remember you guys visiting.
It's okay. I won't remember visiting either.
Well,
Good.
you'll have a recording anyway.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can live on forever.
So
on the
nobody
internet.
remembers a funny line that the professor had when he tells them that they're going to this other God damn it! It has to do with the
Why didn't you
with
write
the
it down?
with the
I
honey.
know. He was so
Oh,
intent on
yeah.
taking notes, but he like didn't write anything down.
No, I know, because he is sending them off on the mission. He's just like, I'm sending you off to collect honey. Ordinary honey.
Or that's
Yeah,
ordinary
right.
honey.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, it's no ordinary
Yeah,
honey." That's what it
Well,
was.
Leela is like, oh, well, that doesn't sound so dangerous. This is no ordinary honey.
Yeah. God, that took a long time for us to come up with that joke.
I actually remember that part too.
Okay, I think that we should mention that the version of this episode that Monica and Derek watched, since it's we talk about this every week because we're pissed. It's no longer on Netflix. It's Fox's fault. But you guys couldn't find the episode legitimately to watch,
Right.
even though I think I told you that I purchased it on YouTube and you could have done the same
I
thing.
didn't want to spend money on a fucking episode of Futurama.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they watched it on Daily Motion,
All
but
right,
it was
we'll have to cut that.
it was a
Yeah,
it was a
cut that out.
sped up version. So normally it's 22 minutes long. How long did you guys say the version was that you
Like
watched?
About
15
15
minutes.
Yeah, so 7 minutes shorter than normal because it was sped up.
Yeah.
So you saw like a unique.
It was very unique.
unique
Yeah.
perspective. There
Yeah.
were some things that I heard but couldn't catch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a Star Wars reference. And we were like,
Oh, I missed that.
what was that?
Was there?
Yeah, it was about like Planet Hoth. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Ice Planet Hoth.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
I
okay.
missed that.
Great three-toed sloth of Ice Planet Hoth.
Yeah, it's a Hermes line. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because I did not write it down. Yeah, when they go to the Honeycomb Nebula, I guess
That's what I'm calling it.
that's fine.
Sure.
But it's legitimate. Just it is a giant beehive planet, just floating. And
With
as-
like little asteroids with giant flowers on them.
yeah, as they're approaching, yeah, just a bunch of bees hovering, or like getting all the. What do bees get from flowers?
Pollen.
That's right, pollen. Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I couldn't remember the word.
I'm really concerned.
You
We
gotta look it
just
up on
started.
Wikipedia.
You're out of it, aren't you?
Having a stroke.
All right. We're not cutting to Mike for information anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Commentary only.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Continue.
to get to the hive. This actually, they always use Bender as like random.
Well, the entire guise of them infiltrating this beehive is that they're going to paint Bender up,
To look like a bumblebee.
and they. Oh, what did they? They give him like some implant so he can dance his language.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
As bees apparently speak with movement.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he has to dance, but he sort of buzzes when he's dancing to
This-
to communicate with them. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else gets this, but I vaguely recall a Magic School Bus episode that was talking about bees communicating through motion, and they set out like it looked like a Dance Dance Revolution pad of just like foot movements, but like this is.
Huh.
No,
I don't
I didn't
know
see that at all.
But
Okay.
just judging by, well, wait. So are you saying that is that like a legitimate method of communication for bees?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, judging by the way that the writers on Futurama do use like legit science to back up a lot of their
Legit science, like
Like
inserting
Downey.
a cassette tape titled "Bee Language" and shoving it in the back of Bender's head.
Yeah, that's
And I
real.
mean-
That's real. That can happen.
I love that they painted Bender, by the way.
Yeah.
We already discussed that.
Okay, well,
Because
fine.
he is. They just put black and yellow stripes on him, so he looks more like a hornet than a bee, really.
He's also been a penguin.
That's true.
Wait, Dave has something to say.
So you guys were talking about the bees. I had to look it up. Apparently, honeybees perform a group of movements called the Waggle Dance Walk.
What?
I am not shitting you. That is what it's called. They do this to inform other worker bees of the exact location of food sources. Some of these locations can be up to 500 feet from the hive. Honeybees fly from their colonies looking for nectar and pollen, blah, blah, blah.
I was going to say, in the Latin, that is called Wagulus dancicus.
Wagulus Dancicus?
Yeah.
Another band name. This band has to be more slow funk jazz with R&B.
There's a little bit of like a reggae in there.
Yeah.
What did you call it? Was the waggle what?
The Waggle Dance Talk.
Huh. Waggle dance talk. All right.
No,
That's a great. I
Shit,
learn
even
something new every
Waggle
day.
Dance Talk works as a band name.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, but it sounds like.
Or you could just do the.
Wait
Oh, it could be a great. This could be a great Talking Heads cover band where they're all just dressed up as bees, and the band is called the Waggle Dance Talking Heads.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my, that
You drug
Let's take
that
it a
out.
little far.
Yeah. Too much. Too much.
that is the point where postmodernism ends. Like,
Waggle dance talking heads.
you don't get any more esoteric than that. Like,
Well, they do the David Byrne dance
Yeah.
with the suit, except the suit is painted like a bee, and okay, I'll stop.
You're done. You're done.
anyway,
Take me out. I'm toasted.
we're in the honeycomb.
Okay, we're in the honeycomb.
Fry has.
I like their geometry.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So when they climb through the thing, he does a little waggle dance and talks to the bees, and they climb into a honeycomb hole.
Yeah, but now wait. Before you get there, so there are two humans and an obvious robot painted as a bee.
Yeah.
And Bender talks to the bee, and somehow they just go through, and they're carrying, big hose that they're going to use.
Yeah.
And they see, the bees see them, and somehow they trick the bees.
Maybe he's like Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like, these are not the humans you're looking for.
Yes.
I just don't. Okay, so Fry and Leela are not disguised at all.
No.
No.
At all. They just waltz right through.
No big deal. It's fine.
Well,
yeah.
the bees speak through pheromones as well. And it's possible that their perceptions have been altered based on pheromones.
Okay.
Scientific research.
Could be.
We're almost science.
Well, did we talk about finding the black box from the old crew?
No, we're not there yet. But I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
Well, that's before they get in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just jump to that because it's real quick. Like even the perspective from the cameras, the shot when they're climbing through the tunnel, you can see the hexagonal shape in the tunnel.
Okay.
I thought that was very clever.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah.
And it was you're looking at it sideways, but still, with the way the lines were drawn, it looked like they were crawling through a hexagonal tube. I thought that was clever.
Okay.
The animation on the whole honeycomb sequence is very well done.
Yeah. Maybe except for the river of honey, but
the next scene that we're going to talk about is that when they find the old Planet Express ship, and that I love because it is, like you said, the hexagonal pattern on everything, and then just this crashed fucking starship in the middle of I don't know, a honey.
No, it's like a
pool.
nest, like a
Pool?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, but I noticed that no one was upset that the professor had obviously sent a previous crew to their death.
Right.
And really
so
just
many crews
didn't
to their
care.
deaths.
And they just don't care about that.
Yeah, but
It's like, oh, no, another crew. We found them dead.
first episode, they show a man being picked up by a giant bird. One of the crew just being swooped up by a giant vulture.
That's fair.
Well-
I just don't really care about that either. Oh, so, okay.
Call back to the first episode. Do you remember when they originally get their career chips?
Oh.
The professor,
It hasn't been a
he
envelope.
has them in an envelope labeled "Contents of Space Wasp's Stomach."
Oh.
There we go. That is a.
Oh.
Yeah,
So if there's space bees, then there's space.
I
wasps.
didn't even. Oh, wow. That's
calling it way back.
way back. Very interesting. And they play the recording.
Yeah, and it's so bad. It's,
Wait, isn't it just the captain saying the same thing Leela said, or is that something? That's another one.
yeah, well, it's the entire conversation from the Planet Express building, almost verbatim.
Yeah.
Where it's just the second in command, just the professor was right. We're not as good as his last crew.
Yeah, and they reference a previous crew that he had also sent to this beehive to get the honey that had also died. And Leela and Fry and Bender are not like, well, wait a minute. Why are we here? Well, I guess it's Leela's ego that brought them there. In the
What is
first
so
place.
special about this goddamn honey? It's basically LSD in space.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. Pretty much true.
There's your answer.
That is
right.
special right there.
Space LSD.
Hey, I can get Earth LSD. It works just as well.
What about New?
until you tried it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with him.
Well, all right.
Well, let me call Al Gore
bleep that
and
out.
see if we can get.
Al Gore can get it. Absolutely.
Score from Gore.
Yeah, but they basically they just don't
Al
care.
Gore 2020.
Oh my.
How did you guys get onto Al Gore?
I don't
You can get a space LSD.
Oh shit, that'd be probably amazing.
Just a note on that. Can we get Al Gore 2020 trending?
Sure.
We can try.
Well, he's got a new movie out, so
Yeah.
anything's possible.
A more inconvenient truth.
Oh yeah. He's like another candidate for president who won the popular vote but lost the election.
An inconvenient truth. More truthier.
I bet we
I
could
think it was
get him on the
truthiness.
podcast.
Truthiness was the word
That
of
was
the
the-
Bush administration.
That was the one that Colbert got in the,
Oh, it was
in
Colbert.
the dictionary.
Colbert, yeah. Truthiness. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of like, I guess it is because of Leela's ego that they went in the first place. Because Fry and Bender were like, yeah, we suck and we love it. And Leela was like, no, we don't. We're better than them. And she drags him into this whole
Earlier,
thing.
they said,
Yeah.
leave it out or something.
we gloss over Bender actually talking to the bees.
No, we talked about that.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we did the waggle dance talk.
Yeah, I know we talked about that, but like what he says to the bees.
Well, we're about to get into when Fry falls into the royal jelly
I can't
river.
swim in jelly as far as I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they crawl through the tunnel, he falls in the jelly, he can't swim as far as he knows. I have a major problem coming up, but I'll let James go.
I mean, like, who can swim in jelly? Nobody.
I mean, I
Well,
think I could
have you
swim
ever
in
tried?
jelly.
Yeah. Well, it's like that
I have not
Mythbusters
tried.
episode where they tried to they ran across water, but they poured a bunch of cornstarch into it,
Yeah.
and so they could run across it, but they would sink in if they didn't move fast enough, and they were couldn't swim. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a non-Newtonian fluid. Is what that's called.
Correct.
Yeah.
I have to imagine jelly is a little bit like quicksand, where you're not going to sink in it, but you're not really going to be able to. You have to struggle your way out.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like we should try this.
Or it's the more you
All right, we're going to need
struggle,
an
the more
above
you
ground
sink.
pool and a whole lot of Welches.
Wait, what flavor though?
Raspberry.
That's a little kinky.
Raspberry? Are you crazy?
Maybe. But nobody likes grape. Who likes grape?
Yeah, but then with grape's kind of boring.
Yeah.
No.
I'll take strawberry over raspberry.
Well, I'd be okay with strawberry, but grape
there's a
is awful.
divide.
Raspberry's
Grapes,
great for
forget about
toast for breakfast.
Grape jelly on some toast,
Oh,
especially when you're
gross.
hungover.
Disgusting.
Oh, the best.
Raspberry.
No.
Ginger ale.
If
Ginger
we're
ale.
ranking it now, apricot is the best.
Ooh, that's nasty.
What if we get it on
Baby food.
marmalade?
How about honey butter?
Tastes like cat.
Honey
Oh,
butter.
now honey butter. Now we're taking it to the next
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Or apple butter.
Okay,
There you
guys,
go.
let's go around the table. Top 3 jams or preservative.
Preservative.
Preservatives.
Oh my
Okay.
God, it's the mustard
You're
conversation.
95% word out of mouth and you stop.
Yeah, I was.
Preserve.
Well, I was like, wait, is that even the right way to say that?
Preservation is
You have to start.
Okay, well, I go.
I don't have a top.
I actually have to go raspberry,
See? We're siblings, that's why.
blackberry,
Oh,
grape.
you're an idiot.
Okay, what are yours, you
Let's
idiot?
go, Suds. You're
Raspberry,
next. Suds, you're next.
raspberry.
Wow, all right.
Raspberry, raspberry, raspberry. Drops mic.
The schnozberries
I was
taste
just
like
gonna, I was
Those
just
are
gonna
one of my
fucking say
jams. Those are
that.
gonna be one of my jams.
Well, yeah, if you're throwing schnozberry in there, that's number 1.
That's the flavor, whatever you want to flavor.
Yeah.
LSD tastes like
Wait.
LSD.
Wait a second.
Are we talking about Flavor Flav?
Did you just say that's the flavor of whatever you want to flave? Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That's good.
Strawberry tastes like whatever you want it to taste like.
Okay.
That's the magic behind strawberry.
Flavor,
Oh, cute. Are we
Does that
finished?
come with does the snozberry tasting jam, does it come with a giant clock tied around the top of the jar?
Yes.
Like Flavor Flav?
It may. That way you know
Dave,
where on the...
speaking to the microphone.
I told you I was going to barely speak this episode.
Well, you're barely speaking off
Burley.
mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I
point.
thought that you're going to speak burly.
All right, are we gonna finish this like stuff or?
I don't know what's happening.
Raspberry. Okay, my favorite jams are fish jams.
I knew you were
peppery
gonna
sticky
I
jams
knew you were gonna
Wait.
fucking say that.
and Mo
I
jams.
knew.
Wait.
Because
No
the Dave Matthews
jam?
Band is not a jam band.
Are you
Yes.
saying fish jam?
Yeah, like PHISH,
The
fish.
band fish.
Okay.
That garbage jam.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like
I thought you were like fish
No.
flavored jam. I'm like,
Space Jam.
no, Space Jam. Ooh.
that's
Oh, that's a good jam.
Yeah,
that's a good one. We like
good
Little
that.
shack in the house. Bill Murray Rescue.
Yes, absolutely.
I like door
Or Michael
jams,
Jordan.
elevator jams.
Toe jams.
Oh.
And Earl.
All right, this is wildly
Wow.
out of control.
See, this is why it sometimes takes 2 hours to get through talking about a 22-minute episode.
Or a 15 minute.
Well, yeah,
15 minutes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we all
So Fry's
agree.
dead.
Yes.
No, Fry's not dead yet.
He dies.
No, he's trying to swim in the jelly that the jam, as far as he
We're
knows.
not there yet.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, that was just
No,
the next
and
note
then-
that I had.
And then,
Skip it.
and
I
then,
was trying to get
and
his back
then,
track somehow.
We got
Leela.
jelly, jam. Okay.
Leela is a baby thief.
Leela is. She's like the Lindbergh baby kidnapper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
and
is a baby thief.
Steals royalty.
What?
There's no
Yeah.
justification for this whatsoever. She just sees a baby, says, "Oh, a baby," and she
It's
steals
mine now.
it.
She said it was the queen. Was it?
It was a
even-
baby queen.
Yeah.
She said it was the cutest thing ever, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's accusing it was a baby,
So that's okay.
queen bee.
Go ahead, steal the baby.
Yeah,
Like,
and no
nobody
one
can-
objects.
Yeah. They're like, oh, that sounds like a good idea.
Like robbing from the cradle.
I mean, everyone kind of objects.
Who does?
I mean, tentatively. Well, not
You're
because
wrong.
she's stealing a baby. Fry objects because he wants to leave because he has jelly in his underpants.
Yes.
Bender wants to leave because he's sick of shaking his booty for these fat jerks.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Which
right.
sets off the
That's
alarm
right.
bells.
Yes. Yeah.
No one has qualms with stealing a baby, but everyone wants to fucking leave.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that.
But
That's
so-
my point. I'm very upset with
Well,
Leela.
going
Like,
back to the beginning, right?
For some reason, though, when Bender tells them that he wants to leave because of the fat jerks, he buzzes it, so the bees hear him say this.
well, I think
And
he
they
didn't
get-
want to say it out loud
Yeah.
because then Leela and Fry would hear him say it out loud.
Okay.
And so, while he still had the cassette tape of bee language in his head, he just buzzed it out.
Yeah. So then the bees, of course, get
that
real
like-
mad, try and kill them.
Is that like shaking it out?
Yes.
Could be yes.
But the Planet Express crew, despite what the professor would say about them, I am led to believe that they are the better crew at this point because they survived.
They're surprisingly adept for a bunch
Yeah.
of imbeciles.
Yes. Yeah,
You
exactly.
could just call that dumb luck, though. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
It's called
Well, because
science.
Science.
Because of whatever they screw up, science fixes.
Can science explain dumb luck? I should look that up as well.
Do it.
Continue. I'll tell you in a moment.
so Bender insults the Fat Queen,
Yes.
Oh yeah, the fat queen.
Yeah.
and they all
And Leela's stealing the fat queen's baby.
Right.
the bees are totally justified in going after them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I have this note.
The baby
They-
is
and-
cute. It's got those big.
It's got the baby eyes.
Yeah, until it attacks.
Well, that's true.
Well, James, you had a note.
I understand that.
Yeah, because they escape and they have these jetpacks on their suit. Leela's flying. Fry's is obviously upside down.
Yeah, he's
Bender
just
doesn't have a
flailing.
jetpack.
What else is new?
Yeah, where's Bender?
But he's
Oh no, he's on the.
he's on the Queen Bee's stinger.
Oh.
Why doesn't he get a jetpack?
Well, Bender
Maybe he
isn't.
just didn't need to use it.
He is at times his own jetpack when he's farting out flames after he's drank a bunch of
I
alcohol.
feel like that would be much more helpful in this situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and I love. I'm back, baby.
Oh yeah, when the queen bee sticks up into the opening.
Yeah, and he like climbs off the stinger and they fly away. That was
This
great.
is like a. When did he start using that as his catchphrase? He has a few catchphrases, but it became like prominent until didn't become prominent until like season 3 or 4. I'm back, baby.
Yeah, and then he says it again in the very first episode after the first cancellation and then renewal.
Oh yeah, but he says it like very kind of like we're back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah. I think he says that like each iteration of when they came back.
So the point that Nate brought up that I wanted to branch off of, because Leela
Okay, let's get real serious here.
the queen. But when they
The baby queen.
they're all back in the ship. They've escaped the honeycomb.
Sween bee.
But then she takes the bee and just sets it on like a little like cat bed.
Yes. Yeah.
It's probably Nibbler's bed.
Probably never. But these are the bees that we've already established that if you're allergic to them, their sting will make your guts vomit out your eyeballs.
By the way, I don't know that we talked about this earlier, but when Hermes is when the professor is describing what the bees do to you when you get stung,
Yeah.
and he says like, "Oh, and like you don't."
Oh, don't tell me.
I don't want to know what happens if you're allergic and you get stung, and then the professor describes what James just said. He's like,
Continues to
"Oh,
go.
I didn't want you to tell me."
Hermes.
Yeah.
But
Great
this
line.
bothers me because Leela steals this bee, and then usually the most sensible, level-headed member of the crew, who at times is a bit of a naysayer for hijinks, takes no precautions with this deadly, deadly bee.
She's a
They
baby.
just like it can just hang around the fucking ship, fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's very.
Well, her
it's very
logic
cute.
is,
Yeah.
aside from being a thief, her logic is, what if we steal this baby queen bee, we'll be able to have our own hive and make
Right.
the space honey or whatever it's called, and so we'll never have to go back to the hive planet again.
Which is pretty smart. It's a good idea.
Forward thinking.
Yeah.
But the queen bees are capable of producing a pheromone that controls the hive.
Yes.
So maybe she was under the influence.
That could be.
Could have been.
I see what you're saying.
That's interesting.
All right.
Either way, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Stealing babies is wrong.
I know the law. I choose not to follow it.
There you go.
So Bender's back. They fly away. The stinging.
Are
scene.
we at the sting?
We're at the sting.
Oh.
This thing.
So in walks Sting,
No? What?
playing
No
his
one?
bass guitar.
The Sting, the movie? Oh, you guys.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, you sang The Entertainer.
Yes, it's,
Yeah, it's
from
in
that
it's in the movie. It's not from that movie. It's in.
I know.
What is the sting?
You need to shut
Great
your
movie.
stupid
You don't watch
mouth.
movies.
It's like a
No,
heist
I don't.
movie.
You don't
Yeah, it's a
watch
heist
movies?
movie. Yeah, with Paul Newman.
Paul Newman, Robert Redford.
Robert Redford. That was like his first big movie.
Oh yeah, it's a three. It was like one of the first 3-hour films.
Yeah,
I've
it was.
ever
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Aren't those people all dead?
Oh my god.
Don't you
Oh
dare.
my god.
seen. Robert Redford.
I don't watch
is
I don't watch movies with dead
Robert
people.
Redford is an American hero.
Yes,
He's an American.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, he's an American hero.
He's from like Nebraska.
Oh, true American hero.
He has good range dressing.
No, that's Paul Newman. Paul
I thought
Newman-
that's who you just said.
No.
No, Robert Redford.
Redford.
Oh.
There you
Yeah.
Are you aware that he has not seen a lot of movies?
go. Yeah, he's pretty much a horrible human. Like,
Wow.
it's okay.
You know,
Coming from my
nothing
own
cuts deep in
sister.
that family.
Coming from
My own blood.
Just calling you out on the
Tell us more.
Yeah.
You don't want to
Ooh.
hear your stories.
Yes, we do.
Wait, when you punched me in the stomach?
What, Suds?
Scrubs.
One time I punched her in the stomach and she puked on my bed.
Oh, spoilers.
Although she remembers
Did
it
you then like
differently.
blame it on her?
Yeah, he
No.
does.
Ah.
He does.
She claims that I misremember that and that she punched me in the stomach and I puked.
No, I definitely did it. I puked. It was you.
Oh, you remember now? Because
Yeah.
you used to fight, you used to argue about
I
that.
agree. I know. Yes.
I will say this: when
Were you
I broke my
lying?
arm when I was a
Yes.
kid, and my
Oh.
sister was just present when I fell off the monkey bars and broke my own arm.
Nice.
But I blamed her for that for 10 years. 10 years of my life, and I finally confessed. I was like, "Yeah, Jen, I'm sorry. I've
Yeah.
been holding a grudge against
Yeah.
you because I blamed you for breaking my arm, but I really did it myself."
Yeah, I definitely remember
could've
it
stopped it,
correctly
right?
now.
Yeah, yeah. She should have been there to catch me.
I know, what the hell?
I was just a little kid.
So I was pretty cool growing up, right?
You were an asshole.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to be friends with you, and you were like, "Fuck you."
Oh my god, that's so sad.
I just want you to like me.
It's true. 5 years difference,
Yep.
you know.
Wanted to hang out.
I just wanted to be friends with him and his friends.
Yeah, I didn't like you.
Yeah, he hated me.
How did we get here from the sting?
But now we're in
All
like
Newman
church.
salad
Okay.
dressing.
Oh god.
God.
All right. So the sting.
All right, look, we'll get drunk later. I'm already drunk, but
Yeah, right.
we will work shit out from our childhood.
We will
later.
cry together and
Yeah.
give hugs and say
okay.
I love you.
All right, can't wait.
It is.
Have a Dr. Phil episode later.
Stay tuned.
Can we record that as well?
Yes.
Yeah, might as well.
That'll be the extra content.
Yeah, a little extra episode.
Bonus.
Yeah.
What plug movers film this is?
No.
James's.
So Fry gets stung by this little
Yes.
baby queen bee.
Yes.
Well, he tries to shield Leela
Yes.
successfully. Actually, he does because she is just barely penetrated in her stomach.
Oh, okay.
But
meanwhile,
meanwhile,
you're gonna go
In
there?
her
You're gonna
stomach.
go
It's
there?
not about how long it is, it's how you use
Oh
it.
God. Yeah. I need
Here we
to-
are. Oh,
I thought we
nothing
weren't going
cuts like family.
I thought we weren't going to get crass on this episode. We have relatives here.
Right. Sister. We don't need to hear this shit.
Yeah.
This is a very psychosexual podcast.
Hey, I made no sexual comments. You guys are the ones who are.
Normally, you're not the one who makes the sexual comments. It's James and I who go off kilter. He's the one who brought it into this.
Whoa,
though.
whoa,
and I'm pointing
whoa.
at Nathan because no one can see.
no. Don't bring me into this.
Yeah, I'm bringing it.
Sexual comments.
Bring it on. All right. So the sting.
Penetrate.
By the way, the penetration. So it goes straight through Fry
Yeah.
in his stomach, and just like boop, pokes Leela a little bit. It breaks off in true honeybeam fashion.
Yeah.
Stinger, and then the little baby bee that Leela stole dies.
Well, no, it doesn't die. They throw it into the airlock chamber and they send it out into
Yeah, but
space.
it just floats out dead.
Well, no,
It
it gets
doesn't
hit
fly
by a
away.
truck.
Oh, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I want to
throw
say,
that in there.
fast acting Bender in this scene. Bender, who usually doesn't give a fuck about anyone, just really quickly just be in the
In
airlock.
the airlock. Yep, out the door.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was good, quick thinking. Yeah.
Probably
Alright,
the
so-
most coherent thing is
Well, he does really,
Yeah.
really care about Fry, which we learned at the funeral.
Yeah.
Have we spoiled this episode enough? Can I say this?
Sure.
Can you say it into a microphone?
I'm yelling at this point, and it's picking me up fine.
You don't have to edit the fucking podcast.
Look at the levels, damn it.
Are you-
I look at the levels when I edit the fucking podcast, talking to the mic.
Alright, so
God.
10
Oh
viewers.
my god.
We have this fight every episode.
I'm angering James.
All right, you get your point.
A fist mic.
Spoil the episode.
Punches
Is this-
are about to be thrown.
Is this where the inception begins?
Oh, yes.
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 It is. Yeah.
Okay, alright. Just making sure.
So what happens immediately after this thing? She's like, oh, yeah, it's right there.
she goes,
But she's like, oh, that's not even. Yeah, it just,
Yeah, but I think what. Okay, so
already
well, I think what happens right then and there is that. Well, spoiler alert. What happens is that the stinger does go straight through Fry,
Straight through.
and it penetrates Leela's stomach,
penetrate.
God.
and the toxin doesn't affect Fry because it doesn't somehow
Well, we
hit him, but it does.
Maybe it's because he had jelly in his pants.
That could be. But it does. The toxin hits Leela, and so she immediately, from that point on, it is sort of like a dream sequence because she's in like a coma, basically. So everything from this point on is a dream sequence until the end when she wakes up.
Right. And it starts with, and I think, Dave, you're right here, it starts with her being like, oh, it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Or whatever she's
Yeah.
That's the start.
She's already in the coma,
Now,
whatever.
this is where the
at that
episode
point.
actually starts to get hilarious for me.
Oh, and by the way, this episode has one of my 2 all-time favorite lines from this show.
Are we gonna get to that? We're
Oh,
getting
we
to
will
that.
get to
All right,
that.
All right, continue.
Are we at the funeral yet?
Now, yeah, I think, no, she like wakes up and sees Fry, he's dead, and then they're at the funeral.
All right.
Right? Is there-
So-
Is it- do they go back to the
Play
Plant
back.
Express?
She's very shocked by
Fly
Fry's
back.
death.
But I think then it's just the funeral. There's nothing in between the spaceship and it's.
I don't
It's like an
remember
ad.
anything funny happening between that and the funeral. So
Yeah.
let's go to the
I
fucking
think it
funeral.
cuts to ads actually.
Goodbye from the world of tomorrow. All right, so James, who do you have listed as being at the funeral?
Okay.
Obviously the crew.
Chester Arthur.
I have Chester A. Arthur. I have the Amazonian.
Yeah, I have that.
All of Fry's exes.
Oh shit! I don't have that.
Including the Radiator.
The Radiator, yeah.
Shit. Okay, I did not notice that.
Because it's so funny. Well, it's funny, but I do tear up later in this scene. When they launch Fry's coffin into space, and they go through, and it's the Amazonian just goes, he make good snoo, and it cuts to all of Fry's exes, including Petunia, the bus stop drifter who is has a fake hip. And they're all just nah, including the Radiator from...
Which is lets out steam.
From the lesser of two evils, when they go to the Miss Universe pageant and Fry makes out with a Radiator woman from the Radiator planet.
Yes. Yeah.
That is the most Futurama joke. That's 4 seasons of payoff.
Well, keep in mind, this whole episode is based on the first episode.
Yeah.
Memory or job chips based on you brought that up.
Also, want to mention Chester A. Arthur, because during The Day the Earth Stood Stupid is when Fry uses Chester A. Arthur's head to put out a fire that is on the professor's arm.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. So also at the funeral, we've got the monkey, the professor
Gunther.
That's right. I couldn't remember his name, but also. There's one other that you're forgetting.
Well, there's 2 aliens in the back that I remember.
Oh yeah, there are the 2 aliens who start the pizza shop with vomit and all that stuff.
I forget.
Yeah.
They're
Signoids.
That's right, Signoids.
I know, it was too fast.
And also, there's one other person that James, it seems like you're forgetting, was there.
I went back and I was the one that took initiative here, and I rewound the episode to look at the attendees again.
I'm rewatching the scene in my head, but it's not good audio, so just say...
Suds? No, I forget. You wrote it down. I trusted your notes because I was like, I don't need to remember this because Suds is taking notes.
You're the one that told me.
I know, because I rewound and then you wrote it down. It was a team effort. I rewound, you wrote it down.
Do you know who I'm...
I completely forget. Just tell me.
Nah, I think I'll just keep it a secret.
I only know because I see your notes.
Okay.
I'm sitting here.
You say.
Do you want to share it, Suds?
Oh, I will share it because I don't know.
Thank you, Suds.
I don't even know who this is, but Scruffy.
Scruffy's there.
Yes, Scruffy is there.
Oh.
Scruffy is there. So we can't really have a Twitter poll about where he was.
Someone else there too.
Well, he's only there for a hallucinated funeral.
Well, true.
Yeah. Technically, no one's there because Fry's not there. But
Who is Scruffy? Can you explain it to me?
the janitor.
You don't know who Scruffy.
No owls though.
Get out of this podcast.
No, you invited me.
He's the janitor of the Planet Express crew.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that would make sense that you would go to the funeral.
Yes. Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was nice job spilling beer on your shirt. I love the funeral scene because just like we just talked about it for 10 minutes, there were so many cool people there.
Yeah.
To see Fry off in his
Everybody
funeral
loves Fry.
into this, vacuum of space.
And there is a little bit in here where, like I said, this isn't a cry scene, but I do tear up a little bit because as far as we know at this point, Fry is dead.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there is a great Bender line. Were you the one that said something about the line Bender had?
No, do you want to do it? I have the professor's line.
Oh, well, Bender says something along the lines of, I used to always say kill all humans, but I would always whisper afterwards, except Fry. And he's so sad.
Give me a
Aw.
Shiner Peach.
Yeah, I guess we got.
Well,
Yeah, no, there's quite a few things going on. And this whole ceremony is a reference to, God damn it, James.
Yeah,
God
speaking of
damn
the
it, me trying to get you to actually talk into the fucking microphone.
Alright, so this
What an asshole.
this whole funeral
It's almost like I'm trying to do a podcast or something.
We're always trying to do a podcast.
Yeah.
This whole funeral is a reference to, I can't remember what movie it is. It is a Star Trek movie, though.
Oh shit! I don't know this stuff.
It's
Wrath of Khan.
thank you.
Sure.
Where Spock dies.
Oh, that's sad.
And they ship him out into the black void. But that, I only know that because I've seen that fucking scene too many times.
I've never seen the movie. I just watched the TV shows.
Which TV show?
Oh, the movies were great. I demand that I guessed on one of those, by the way.
I like
Let the records
Voyager
show.
and Enterprise.
One of the
That's it.
The movies.
one of the Star Trek movies.
Oh, what are the Futurama movies?
Oh, okay.
I've never seen the movies. I need to watch them.
They're still on Netflix.
Some of them are okay.
Are
It's
they?
what the
Okay.
Star Trek?
No, well, the Star Trek movies are on Hulu.
Yeah.
Are you talking the new or the old?
The later seasons are on Netflix. The earlier season should be returning to Hulu within a couple months, I think.
Okay.
So we're gonna be done with those. So it's not gonna fucking matter at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Like, anyhow,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, I think there was someone else at the funeral that we're forgetting.
look if we can find a picture
Who?
of it.
I'm trying to find it. That's what I'm trying to do right
What
now.
the hell is that?
Alright. That's a
Black
stout.
Death.
Oh, well, here's a funny bit that we kind of glossed over when they have Fry's casket up front, and Zoidberg and Amy are kind of talking over him. And you just get a line from Zoidberg, he's just like, I only wish I could have taken the stinger out.
Oh yeah, and it's
Yeah.
Cut to Fry, he's just with this huge, just black needle sticking out of his gut.
When they close the casket though too, it makes this like terrible crunching
crunch.
noise.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah,
no.
like poked at a little.
It's like a bone-chilling sound.
Oh, and Bender's flower wreath said, R.I.P. Meatbag.
Oh, meatbag. But yeah, that's where the funeral scene ends, unless anybody else has anything to mention about that.
He also said that he wanted them to kill all the humans except.
Yeah.
He mentioned it under his breath. Though. He didn't tell anybody.
I already said that. It was the last thing I said before I walked away.
Well,
Okay.
he didn't hear you. So.
Well, I had to get a refill.
The only other line that I have from
Oh
that
yeah, you might not
is,
have been here. I'm sorry.
the professor, when they're about to send Fry into space, and they pan over the crowd. And he just goes to the professor, this makes me the oldest member of my family. And he just collapses in tears on Bender. First of all, I love that professor line. Also, I love the professor and Bender consoling each other.
Yeah.
That's a pairing that we don't get to see enough of.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done more of that throughout the seasons. Like for Bender and the Professor would have been hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I have a note here, and I can't remember what it's about, but all I wrote down was, I made myself sad. Is that the professor?
Oh yeah. He makes some like really snarky comment about Fry, and then he goes, "Oh, I made myself sad."
Okay.
By the
Is
way,
it-
I'm
well-
on some website now that has all of the fun facts about this episode. I'm just like diving in right now.
Do it.
Apparently, the airlock was it's aliens.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
What airlock?
When they put the baby bee, the dead baby
Oh,
bee out of the airlock.
When they throw the face hugger into the airlock?
Yeah. And they put it out in space. Well, in this case, it gets run over by a truck, but.
A space truck.
Yeah.
Was it
Space
driven by
freight.
Sal?
Space freight.
What?
Was it driven by Sal?
Probably.
He
We
does
don't see
everything.
Sal. Was he at the funeral?
I didn't notice him.
No.
Sal is the everyman of Futurama. He does all the jobs.
What, right now? What do you...
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so Nate is...
No, there's somebody else at the funeral who I think is there. I'm trying to remember who it is.
He's asking if we could watch the episode right now on my phone, which, yes,
Jesus.
we can.
They call it preparation.
Hey!
No, wait.
Penetration.
We
Nate.
spent 15 minutes and we did our bit.
Nate, he has the wiki
Yeah, I
thing.
know, it's not on there.
But he shows all the characters.
Oh.
It has a character list for everyone that's in the episode.
Okay. We have to jump forward.
I also
let's go
have
on
another note that just says Julia Roberts.
What does that
That
mean?
way ahead.
Oh, okay.
Hold
Sorry.
on.
That's
Wait.
the next note that I have.
Let's just cut to Leela starts eating the space honey and is
yeah.
hallucinating.
Oh, yeah.
She's so sad at this point
Yeah.
But no, wait a second.
Oh, Hubert was there.
Oh, you're right. Hubert was there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, but Leela has a jar of the space honey and also the space jelly, but we never see her eat the space jelly. Why does she have it?
For a bit when she knocks it over onto the couch
You're right.
Oh.
and it
Yeah. Then it becomes
okay.
then it
amalgamates
becomes-
Fry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Because of all the blood and the DNA that's on the couch.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no, the skin and hair, and
Yeah.
then Bender's like, blood. Don't forget about the blood.
And also Sal was there. That's the one I was remembering. I couldn't remember his name.
Sal is there.
Sal.
Oh, Sal was there?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was in the back row.
I'll
Okay.
be damned, I was right again.
You know what, James? Why don't you go suck your own dick?
I would if I
Hey, I'm not trying to be James. I'm not trying to suck my own cock.
Self-fellatio.
Mooch out.
Yeah.
could. Should we just give a farewell to
The mooch?
Oh,
the-
R.I.P.
Oh
in
my
peace,
God.
the mooch. Oh.
who was the White House press correspondent for all of 10 days?
I think it was 10 and a half.
Yeah, it was between
Oh,
10 and
half
11.
day is very important.
Yeah, R.I.P. in peace for that guy.
Well,
Yeah.
he served his purpose, is what they're saying.
There was another press secretary who only lasted 11 days under Reagan's administration, and the only reason that he only lasted 11 days was because he was a part of the Hitler Youth Party.
Jesus.
Oh, like Donald Trump?
So him and Mooch, him and the Mooch lasted the same amount of time. Mooch lasted the same amount of time as another press secretary who was in the Hitler Youth.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
If that sets up our current administration as anyway, the guy that he just kicked out, who used to be a middle-of-the-road sane person, lasted as long as a former Hitler Youth.
Yes.
Fuck.
And we have arrived.
Wait, was this the first
Yes,
Trump
it was
mention?
the
Okay.
first Trump
Yeah, I don't think we
mention.
mentioned 45 on this episode yet.
Not yet. We did on Every Day of yesterday.
Oh,
You
good.
got Trump.
You got Trump.
Terrible. Terrible. All right, so where are we? Have we got
So
sidetracked?
we're
Let's get
in
off
where
that.
the professor makes himself sad.
Jesus.
They're in the locker room because Leela has had her first hallucination
Oh, that's
of
right.
Fry.
Yes. Because she eats the jelly. Oh, I'm sorry. The
honey.
honey. The honey.
Yeah. And then
It's not raspberry jelly.
Imagine. Okay, so we see like how fucked up she gets off that
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah.
Imagine if you ate that jelly.
Jesus.
That sticky icky.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be like when James and I did acid.
It would be like that, yeah.
Yeah.
the
You
jelly
got
will be
your
like the
thing.
next time we do acid.
Okay.
Jesus. I don't need to know this.
But no, they're in the locker room, and when I was watching this episode earlier, Astrid actually brought up a good point that the professor has a locker in the locker room with the rest of the crew. Why the fuck does he need that?
Why not?
Maybe that's where he hangs his lab coats.
He owns the place.
Yeah, but he has his own office and lab and spaceship and building and lives there. Why does he have a locker?
Why not?
But now wait a second. I have a question for you, for everyone here. Does the professor live at the Planet Express?
Yes.
Yeah, he
he
does.
does?
He works in his bathroom like Donald Trump.
Back again.
Second one.
Why does it have to be about Trump?
What are you doing?
Because it's topical right now.
Monica, you voted for Trump, didn't you?
The fuck I did not.
Oh, thank God.
However, our mother did.
I know,
so
it's very upsetting. Very
Mine
upsetting.
too.
We are redeemable.
It's very sad.
Wait, were you there when I got in a screaming match with Dave
Yes.
and Dad?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Nothing cuts like
Wait,
family.
You told me about
Family.
this.
Yeah, I've never been as mad as I was. I was shaking.
Yeah.
We told him to just drink a beer. Like, it was bad.
It's not a conversation worth having.
It's not.
It's a very important conversation because if the conversation is not had, then we don't move forward.
It is worth having, but not gonna help.
We needed to leave and go to the bar after that.
Oh, we did. We
did.
We left and I got wasted
You
at
did.
the bar. Yeah.
Yes.
I was so angry. I mean, it doesn't take a lot for me to want to get wasted, but that day is in particular.
Oh, look, it's sunny outside. Let's get wasted.
Are you always DTW then?
Down the waist.
Yeah, I'm
Down
down
with
to waist.
disease. Are we naming fish songs now? Waist, down with disease, bouncing around the room.
I guess it's DTGW, right?
Tweezer.
Tweezer. Oh,
Three though.
all right.
I will say now that whenever 45 comes up in conversation, like I will just blast this fucking guy because fuck him. But all of my extended family who voted for him, there's like a hush comes over. Like they all realize, like, oh, we fucked up voting for this goddamn unpainted juggalo.
Oh.
But her emails.
Benghazi.
He's got his old emails bullshit too.
Yeah.
That's. My blood pressure is like up there with the bees right now.
Yeah. I'm sure our
We need to
grandparents
take a little
would-
honey.
Yeah. I need 3 spoonfuls of honey.
3 spoonfuls. This is just a dream.
I hope I am in the forever sleep.
Buttery males.
Excuse me?
Buttery
Penetration.
males.
Is there something I need to know?
Where?
Buttery males.
Emails?
Buttery males.
Emails?
But her emails.
But her emails.
Buttery males.
James, I'm gonna let you
I think
wrangle.
we got is that the title of the episode? Buttery Mail?
Buttery
Yes.
Nails,
Yes.
the podcast.
Absolutely.
All right.
Anyway,
Where are we?
Futurama.
Hey, welcome to Buttery Nails. We're just sitting in a kiddie pool full of margarine.
James, you really need to wake up.
Oh, shit.
James, please wake up.
We
Wake
wake
up.
up.
And we're back.
Are we at that point? We are at that point.
No, I don't think so, because we haven't gotten to Julia Roberts yet.
What is
Oh,
that?
or my favorite.
Well,
one of
how
my
do we
favorite
miss
lines
Julia
ever.
Roberts?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that means.
There's
Is
some
that like a code?
there's some reference to Julia Roberts as her being the first person that.
Well, no, they buried her before she was dead.
Oh, that's right.
It is,
Yes. Yeah.
I think a reference to her moving career taking an enormous shit on itself.
I must
Suds,
have
you
been
can't laugh.
asleep.
You don't watch
I
movies.
know.
Oh yeah. I
That's
don't-
right.
I don't watch movies.
You just stopped.
You're not eligible.
Buried alive.
Buried Alive, another fish song, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
What can we throw at him?
All right, literally, where are we?
Yes,
I walked
everything.
away.
Drink
and
the
came
beer.
back. And
So,
Fry's daddy's in space. He's floating around, and Leo's having dreams.
Yes.
they're trying to figure out what is wrong with Leela. And the professor, well, the first thing he tries is a guillotine.
Oh my God! No!
Yeah.
It's called a guillotine.
That was hilarious. And Leela's like
The first thing.
jumps up and she's like, you can't examine my brain while it's still intact. He's like, oh yes, easily. I've got this gizmometer.
Yeah, and she like puts her head in a cardboard box. She's like, "What is this?" Like, "Oh, it's very sophisticated. What do you call it? A guillotine."
Oh my
And it's a
God.
cardboard box with a. Yeah, amazing.
And he pulls it and it comes down.
Amazing.
But the professor's reaction when he does the scan of Leela's head, and he just goes, I don't believe it. What, is Fry still alive? No! This says he's dead and nothing can bring him back. Remarkable!
Well, so that was after she woke up from the first dream. But she went to sleep on the first dream after she brought a box of Fry's memories.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
And
and
in that box,
Yeah.
there were several collectible items that Leela had acquired over the years, days. I don't know how long. It's weird.
I don't know.
Time stuff.
Years days.
Just
Just like on Venus.
one of which was
Time does not exist.
one of which was a candy heart
Yep.
from a previous episode that says "You take my breath away" from when Fry saved Leela with his oxygen so that she could fix the ship when she thought that Fry died, and he was trying to figure out the perfect way to tell Leela how he felt about her.
Yep. Very
This
good.
actually-
Another one is a can of Pie-in-One oil.
Yes. From
Green
when
light
he
pipe.
was insane in the mainframe.
Yeah. Great.
And was in a robot insane
I think
asylum.
I guessed it on that app, actually.
Yeah.
I need to watch
I
more
bet
of
they
these.
remember that.
Yeah. There was a picture. There were a couple other little odds in it, but those are the two that I had: the candy heart and the Pie-in-One oil.
Well, the
There was also the spoon that Leela uses with a picture of Fry, which I don't know what that's from.
The spoon is from My Three Sons, because it's got the
Okay.
picture of Fry as king of Trisol on the end of it.
James's knowledge of just like random shit is very impressive.
I'm very certain I have Asperger's.
You're high functioning, right?
Oh god, we don't want to go off on a tangent. I'm not even going there.
So yeah, I like the little. It's just like the funeral where it was like this random collection of like, oh, there's that person, there's that person.
Yeah.
Like the box was also that for me, and I rewound it to go back and look at it because I wanted to know what was in the box. But it's all throwbacks to other episodes. Really great. I like it.
What's in the box?
You like
What's in the box?
Leela's head from the guillotine.
Yeah.
I'm making a movie reference.
I also made that reference.
Of what?
7.
You don't watch
it's
movies.
a head
I've seen
in the
7.
box.
I've seen 7. Brad Pitt's wife's head is in the box.
Spoilers!
Spoilies.
Whatever.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
Well, this is...
So yeah, so he's like got the gizmo thing, and you know, Fry's definitely dead.
But then after Leela's... Well, touching briefly on Leela's second dream, I guess we'll call it, when Fry takes her on this big, like, romantic excursion in her mind.
Yeah.
And the whole takeaway being, he just says, please wake up.
Right. Please wake up.
And it starts to become like a continuing thing for
Yeah.
the rest of the episode.
And
All
We
the
have to
theme.
cheers.
Thank you.
Jesus.
I have no words right now.
No words.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he keeps coming back.
But when we jump back to the Planet Express building, this is when Bender's on fire.
Yes. Yeah. Bender's on fire for no reason.
Like, just spinning in a circle, on fire.
On fire. They just walk up, put him out, and then they just have a conversation about something completely unrelated.
And he just lights a cigar. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like he wants to catch on fire again.
This is when Leela is like starting to noticeably crack up.
Yeah, and like the voices change.
Yeah.
With the characters,
Yeah.
so like it's
Yeah.
Amy, but it's the professor's voice. Oh! This is one of my favorite parts of the episode, where
I know.
Zoidberg
Oh.
counts with his mouth tentacles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. 1 spoon of honey puts you, helps you go to sleep.
Yeah.
2 spoons of honey was something else, and 3 spoons of honey puts you in the forever sleep.
At all.
I just had to make the note. Spoonful sounds like a very inaccurate measurement for something that could potentially put you in a coma.
Forever.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what you're taught to for your medicine. Just take a teaspoon.
Yeah, it's
what
Mary
what the hell
Poppins.
does that mean? A tablespoon? Everyone has a tablespoon.
You like measuring
There's a
spoons.
spoon. Here,
A
that's
spoonful.
enough.
Just like blob of fucking honey from outer space. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Great.
So, yeah, I loved Zoidberg counting with his mouth tentacles.
Yeah, me too.
I
Yeah.
laughed
Yeah.
out loud.
Are they tentacles?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they are. But he counted with them, like fingers. It was great.
I have another note here, and I don't know what this is pertaining to or if we're there yet.
Thanks.
But I wrote Zoidberg mean drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody know what that means?
At some point he said, I'm a mean drunk. What was that about? What was the concept?
Are you a cryptographer? You're like, I have a puzzle.
Yeah, I took this in shorthand, and I can't quite figure out what I was meaning to say.
Still
Awkward
semi-drunk.
silence.
Silence.
Yes. We don't.
Anybody have anything funny to say? Any good fart jokes?
Well, all I have to say
Oh, wait.
is that.
Oh,
No.
no, go ahead. Wait, no, Nate
Nope.
actually has a good joke.
Nope.
Oh, you have a
Not
good joke?
sharing that.
Tell it. Tell
Nope.
it. No, tell it.
He told me a pretty
You
good
have a
joke
dirty
earlier.
joke?
I don't know if he wants.
We need to hear it.
Nope.
Okay, so then
Wrong.
if you don't tell it, all I'm going to talk about is Winnie the Pooh because that's all
That's
that
fine.
this episode reminds me of.
Really?
Because-
Tell me more about that.
Honey. Winnie the Pooh loves honey.
Yes.
That's
he's
all
a
I
bear.
associate it with.
So is Leela a bear?
Yes. I vote yes.
A nuzzle bear.
I don't know about what he
A
said.
baby bee nuzzle bear.
Yes.
All right.
I just want to point out that for everyone that is sitting at this table right now, Dave has abandoned us. However, we've got Nate, James,
Yes.
Derek, Monica, and myself, Suds.
Yes.
No, Scrubs.
every single decision,
Little Suds.
every single decision that all of us have made for our entire lives have led us to this exact moment.
I regret nothing.
How do you feel about that?
That's questionable.
I'm a business owner, okay?
That's probably like not as I can't get that deep until I get to like the third dream state of Leela. Like in the room with all the faces of the Planet Express crew on the wall.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
yes,
ripping them
and
off.
they're just screaming at her. Yeah, and
You kill Fry. You kill Fry.
And the last one is Bender in the floor, and then she vacuums
Well,
up. Yeah.
let's jump to the musical number.
Oh my God!
Actually, Nate and I, while we were watching this, we rewound it like 4 times just to rewatch that
It's
scene.
so great.
It was amazing.
Because
it was amazing.
And it's don't worry, be happy.
Be happy.
Yes, and actually, I didn't know that, but Nate said it, and I was like, "Oh, be happy."
Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Well, and there were a couple other words like that, like
Not yet.
You were a jock, really?
there were a couple other moments like that in this episode where it was like behave or like become, and a couple of those B words, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I finally put the pieces together when they started. Don't worry, be happy. I was like, be happy.
Kind of highly predictable.
So when they get into the song, and the camera is on Bender, and the professor just like slides in behind him and starts singing.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
And then Zoidberg says, all the ladies like vomit when I smile or something like that.
Yes.
I only just noted Broadway Zoidberg because he has this big, I don't. His name in lights behind it. It's a very like Chicago
It's Zoidberg.
style.
It says Zoidberg.
Yeah.
And so they start singing the song, which I just started laughing at, like uncontrollably. It's like I'm like 2 doobies deep or whatever, and I'm just cracking up. And then
2 doobies deep. Okay.
And I'm cracking up, and then a bee.
Hey
flies
Nate, you
into the
got
scene.
any jazz cigarettes?
Yeah, it flies into the scene and like stings. I forget who stung first.
Well, the first one
and they
is
just explode.
The first one that it stings, and okay, I feel like we need to
and it just kept exploding.
we need to describe the bee. The bee has like 2 big eyes.
Oh,
It has a
cute.
big fucking smile.
Yeah.
It looks very cute and happy. But
Worth stealing, I would add.
the first person that it stings is the professor, right in his forehead, and then he inflates and explodes.
I lost it.
It keeps melding into scene after scene after scene.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing. That was great.
Yeah, the bee
Beautiful.
basically goes on to sting all of the main crew, and they all inflate and explode. Are you yawning, or do you have something to say?
We glossed over my favorite line. I was gone. I was.
Your second
taking a
favorite
stroll.
line?
Yeah.
Of the whole
What
thing?
is go?
It was back in the locker room. They were in the locker room.
Whoa. We're in the locker room.
And they
Locker room talk. It's just locker room talk.
Locker up talk.
So they're in the locker room, and Leela says something to the professor about Fry being dead, and the professor laughs, and he says, "Ha ha ha! Oh, I just made myself sad."
Oh,
That is one of my
that is
favorite
where-
moments in this entire television show.
Okay.
It's right up there with they're at the horse race, and they do the photo finish.
Yeah.
And the professor stands up and says, "Unfair! You changed the outcome by measuring," or something like that.
Yeah, because it was like a quantum finish.
Yeah. Quantum finish.
Yeah.
We have talked about the observer effect
Hey.
on this show before, which is what that's a reference to.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the present?
The
We
what?
forgot the present, didn't we?
Squeezy. What
No,
is that called?
yeah, the present.
Yeah, like
okay.
The clown with one
It's
eye.
like the present. If the present is in the locker, because that's what Fry said,
Yeah.
then my dream was real.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, Bender sold it.
Yeah,
Well, he
they
almost
opened
did.
it up and
I'm just
empty.
trying
They're
to
like,
understand.
"Hey, I just got done selling everything because Fry
Hey,
locker."
and he opens his chest.
And like, was there a present? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ha ha ha! I just made myself sad.
Oh no.
That's actually how I live my life.
Fucking.
Those are my emotions, literally every day.
Yeah.
And I made myself sad.
Oh.
Every time I show up in my office building, and it's like, oh, I had to do this again.
Every Monday.
Hey, I don't know
Monday,
where
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I don't know where I am
Okay.
But
Maybe you should get some water.
Maybe
No,
we
no, no.
should.
But I want to talk to Dave about something specifically, Dave.
He's got something burning.
So when I think we're actually past this at this point in the episode, but I have a note here and I wanted to talk to David about it. Remember when Leela flies out to get the Fry's coffin?
Oh
Yes.
And she opens it, and it's just like this crazy, like insane, like
Yeah.
This is a reference to Odyssey.
Space Odyssey 2001.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking Doctor Who because the coffin is bigger on the inside than
I get where
so
you're
that-
at, but the whole like psychedelic like fly past that
Yeah.
happens
Oh.
at the end.
Nate mentioned that when we were watching it, but I've never
Well, it's
seen
because
that
they were
movie.
playing also Zasura or whatever.
What?
The song they were playing was from that movie.
Was
And then
it?
they
Space Odyssey.
Space Odyssey. And she opens the casket and
Yeah.
it's that scene. Yeah.
Seen all of them.
Well, and this is where we get to kind of like the sort of the end where, like you were talking about, when it's just the walls of her room are the faces of the crew.
Yeah.
And she's completely grief-addled at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
She grabs the picture of Fry, and the picture of Fry talks to her. And then she tries to go for the third bite, the third spoonful for the forever
Yeah.
sleep,
Uh-huh.
and Fry talks to her out of the picture frame again. And this is what I wanted to circle back on. This is the seed that I planted at the beginning, because at the beginning of the episode, Fry was so content with being like a lazy couch surfing bum.
Yeah.
He was so cool with it. He and Bender were celebrating that they're not good enough to go on this mission. And
Do you remember the line that he has right here?
oh yeah, please.
No, I don't remember. I was asking you.
I don't remember either.
It's about bed sores.
Oh yeah, he's like I tried like living a life of like being a lazy person or whatever. Like
Yeah.
bed sores hurt. and but he takes a complete 180. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, I tried being lazy and it sucked. Like, we should be, like, we can do anything. And, like, it was just a complete 180 from where he was at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Normal Fry, lazy Fry, to Dream Fry, which is, like, please come back. Don't, like, give up on yourself. This isn't who you, like, I thought that was one of the best parts about this episode.
And this is a very, I don't know if I would say, an intense scene because it's, Leela's super upset. There's bees everywhere for some reason.
Well, there's
because
one bee, and
because she throws the jar.
the royal jelly.
Yes, and then the bee turns into like 1,000.
Yeah,
tiny
and then she just like cries and like holds on to the picture of Fry.
Was that
And
a
this is
different
the,
thing we saw?
I don't know, should we say this is the apex of Don't Wake Up?
Yeah, and he's like, please wake up, please wake up.
The big reveal.
Yeah.
Now, I also want to say that I didn't remember this, but like if you rewatch it, all the scenes from Leela's hallucination onward, like when she's like in the coma or whatever, and she hears Fry. Every single scene is when Fry is sitting at her bed, speaking to her, and then like she hears it, and then maybe something crazy happens. But like anytime that she converses with Fry in her hallucination, is Fry sitting at her hospital bed, telling her to wake up, or telling her about his bed sores or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's Fry at her bedside for 2 weeks, speaking to her.
Yeah.
And she hears it, but she can't wake up,
Yeah.
which is beautiful.
Beautiful. I agree.
Inceptive, you may say.
Yes, you might say.
One might not say.
So
So Leela wakes up, I guess, or
From the best coma I've ever seen.
yeah. Wait,
best coma I've ever
who
seen.
said that? Was that
Bender. That was
Bender.
Bender.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. No, so she wakes up and Fry hasn't shaved in 2 weeks, and he's got the scruff, and he's so happy.
But he's crying. He's crying,
He's
like
crying,
begging her
yeah.
to wake up.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Where am I?" He's like, "Leela!"
No, she says, "Fry, you're alive." And what does Fry say?
Leela! He's just like,
Yeah.
he's so happy. And she's like, well, didn't you get stung? And then he so proudly lifts up his shirt.
He actually did get stung straight through.
Yeah.
And then, what did he say? He got like a kidney transplant from some guy?
Yeah.
Oh, the spleen.
Oh, it's
From a guy who liked the motorcycle. And like, that's the Fry I know and love.
Yeah.
And then he puts his hand through his empty hole now.
Well, that was
actually earlier. That was in the
dream.
dream. That was in the dream.
State.
Yeah.
He's
But
prepared.
he does have the patch on the front and the back, and he shows Leela. Yeah.
Oh, man. I cried.
Yeah.
I literally did.
I watched him do it.
And I love the episodes that highlight the love that Fry has for Leela.
You and me both.
And Leela has for Fry, but she doesn't know it. And neither does Fry, for that matter, because he is a dumb idiot. But, like, I love these episodes that just highlight their relationship. I'm going to cry again.
Oh, you
Do
poor
it.
sap.
Just let it all out. We got to get emotion on this show.
He is crying. Look at him.
We have a brother and sister thing we need to talk out too, so
Oh, yeah.
air your emotions.
No, he's an asshole. Yeah.
Everybody get it on. We're trying to get the Webby this year. Everybody get it on audio.
This is like an Oprah moment.
We will never get a Webby, James.
Spoiler alert, no Webbies.
No Webby. You're a Webby.
You're the Webby.
Fine, Mike. Just step on bits.
Just a jelly in your pants.
All right. Are we doing slurms?
Well,
Is that the-
it really just wraps up at that moment. I don't think... Does anything else... James, does anything else happen there?
You could use a shower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
use a shower.
So could you. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
that's love right there.
Yeah, I just
The
like,
total essence of love.
and again, like I hadn't seen this episode in a long time, so I thought Fry was dead, and I was like, oh, how are they gonna bring him back this time? They always figure out a way, but like the ending was so unexpected for me, and like, it made me happy.
What's your slurmy?
Well,
Whoa!
Go.
You have to explain what these things are.
jumping
Jordan.
ahead here,
You need to
Suds.
explain.
First,
All right.
no, before we get into Slurmies,
breaks.
we got to figure out where the hell was Scruffy.
Scruffy was at the funeral for
That
fun.
was a hallucination.
Okay, good point. Yeah.
Where was
So,
it?
going...
Oh, did he show up in the last scene?
Does he show up in the last scene?
shows up at some
I don't think so.
So the entire... Well, we'll do this. The entire time that Leela was in the coma, going from the beginning of the Planet Express building to when they are in the honeycomb to the very end of Leela's coma, where the hell was Scruffy? What was he doing?
Well, keep in mind, only Fry, Bender, and Leela went to the honeycomb.
Yeah.
Hermes didn't go. Zoidberg didn't go.
We know.
Professor didn't go. Amy didn't go. No one else went. It was just those three.
Have we not explained this to Nate yet?
No, you don't know. He doesn't know about the new poll.
Okay. Jesus
What new
Christ.
poll?
You don't know about the poll?
Oh, is this NASCAR? Is
You
this
don't
the
know
poll?
about the poll?
I'm
Okay.
missing
Will
something.
someone
I'm
explain the
missing
damn thing to
something.
him and stop like?
I mean, I do a lot of polling for my job, but I feel like this is a different. Is this like a stripper poll?
Where was
Is there dancing
Scruffy?
involved? Music?
Where was Scruffy in this episode?
Yes.
Yeah. What was he doing?
I don't know, chasing away the owls, sweeping up after the whoever.
That could be. Sweeping up
Like,
after whoever.
Scruffy just like. Scruffy's not. He just like comes in and is like, "Hey, I'm Scruffy," and then he leaves. That's
I
what
want
he
to
does.
suggest perhaps he was reading Zero G Jugs.
I can, well, you know, I don't know that our listeners necessarily get on board with him reading Zero G.
Okay, the
Jugs.
past two polls have been overwhelmingly Scruffy was reading Zero G Jugs.
Okay, what are my options? What are my options here?
Anything. Fucking come up with anything. What do you
Sweeping
think
away
he-
the owls.
Sweeping away owls, fine. Anybody else?
Ashley,
yeah,
what
I
was
do.
Scruffy
I love
doing?
The owls. I'm with him this time.
I bet Scruffy does something really.
I'm guessing he was
awesome.
cleaning the jelly out of Fry's underpants.
Oh,
That's a good. That's
that
a
is
good
a good
one.
one. I like
That's a
that.
good one, yeah.
Cleaning the owl traps or sweeping away or cleaning.
Scruffy was hanging out at El Rodeo drinking a bunch of.
Or you know what? Repainting Bender.
repainting Bender or taking removing.
Well,
the
that's
paint
a good point.
Shiny.
Who did
Yeah.
who did paint Bender? We don't know. We didn't see the painting, we just saw the aftermath.
Yeah. Or getting him back to his
I know, I think it was Leland Fry who painted Bender.
Do you have any evidence?
I do think they show him being painted.
Showed him being painted by Leland Fry on the spaceship on the way to the beehive.
They don't show him being painted back to gray, though, so that's why I said repainting.
Yeah, or removing of the paint. One or the other. But could have been doing that.
Also, Leela's in a coma. Maybe something to do with that.
Maybe he collected the flowers at the end of Leela's hospital bed.
Hospital flowers.
He gave Leela a sponge bath.
There you go.
Oh, that could
Giving Leela.
Well, she could use a shower too.
He changed the catheter.
Oh, all right, now we're getting.
It's getting
Now we're getting in the wee-wee.
That's the thing that happens. Just because you're in a coma doesn't mean you ain't going number 1 or number 2.
You ever had surgery before where they knocked you out and you woke up with your junk in a pee thing? What's it called?
Oh my god!
I think he's talking about
Are you rocking with your guy?
Yeah, bedpan, that's right.
Your junk doesn't just. They don't insert it in a bedpan.
No, I was hanging into the bedpan
When the fuck did this happen?
when I had pins in my
When they have
ankle.
like a clamp to hold it out?
Well, when you have bed sores.
When I had bed sores.
Yeah.
I woke up and I started crying.
Wow.
I've never woken up with my thing in a pee thing.
No, your junk in
I've
a
never
pee
woken up
thing.
with my junk in a pee thing.
Wow.
You haven't lived.
This took a turn.
It certainly
It
did.
always takes a turn.
Do you
Can I
want
play on your phone?
to? Did anybody else have any? Do you want to jump to Slurmies?
Yeah, let's jump to Slurms.
What is that?
Alright, so at the end of every episode, we rank this episode
Not the podcast, of Futurama.
because he made that mistake one time because I didn't explain it properly.
I was like,
But-
great podcast, 5 out of 5. They're like, no.
10 out of 10.
No one has ever said great podcast to us.
No, I don't think so. No. So, like, we go around
Less
the table,
mediocre.
we discuss things that we liked or disliked, you know, with regards to storyline, animation, whatever. And you rank it out of 1 to 5
Not yet.
Slurmies. Slurmies are an award that Leela won for a children's television program that she created called, what's that called?
The episode is
Gamma.
Rumbledy Hump.
Rumbly Humps, yes. She won a Slurmy based on
that's
her
what
children's show called Rumbly Humps.
Okay.
So we rate every episode on 1 to 5 Slurmies. Nate,
Somebody go first.
Nate, you go.
Just to give
Nate,
them
you
an
go.
idea.
Can James go first?
Sure.
I haven't made up my mind yet, which is why I don't.
4 out of 5 Slurmies. This is a really good episode. I like the little bit of like emotional scenes into it. The funeral is definitely my favorite part of this episode. Yeah, a little bit of like, I don't know how to say continuity breaks because it's all hallucination, but I think some of the Leela's coma sequence is a little bit tedious at times. So, but overall, I like this episode. I'll watch it over and over again. 4 out of 5 Slurmies.
4 out of 5?
okay.
That stupid door!
Actually, it's not coming in. Don't worry.
All right, so obviously you all, not all of you, I guess, but the regulars here know that I love the Fry and Leela episodes. I am just dying
Because
for
you're
the...
overly sentimental
I
son
am.
of a gun.
We
And
both
I
cried.
am dying for the
Did you hold
moment
each other afterwards?
when they finally get together. And it's just slowly building until we get to that point. I thought this was a beautiful episode. It's fucking hilarious. I think the storyline is fantastic. I love the references to the old crew. I love, you know, like you said, Bender and the professor's interactions are fantastic. Fry's an idiot, perfectly an idiot. Yes, Zoidberg's little mouth fingers. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. This episode is. I think it's one of the best. I like it a lot. I will give it 4.8. No, wait. 4 7/8 Slurmies.
I was gonna.
Oh, fractions now.
4 7/8.
We're doing math.
Wait, James is trying to figure out what that percentage is.
It's 100 minus 12.5. It's 87.5.
And you're saying numbers. You're throwing me off now.
It's 4.875. I'm dead serious.
I give it a 4.875 Slurpees.
Out of 5.
Out of 5.
Okay.
I love
care.
it. I love this episode. It's great.
All right. Would one of you like to go next?
Well, it's hard because the beginning seemed highly contrived because they are overriding a lot of common sense that they usually have about their missions and how motivated they are to complete them and everything. And they recklessly bringing a bee into the ship is just kind of a lazy storytelling kind of ploy in my mind.
I think that's a good point. Yeah.
I liked a lot of the other stuff because it was imaginative and it was creative, and of course I have a wife, so I like the love stuff. Come on,
He has
really?
a wife.
The bee for me.
I like
you're
the
kind of
love
obligated.
stuff.
The baby bee kind of makes me want to put like a 3.5 out of 5.
Oh,
All right.
she stole.
Wow.
It's
Cradle
more like-
robber.
Yeah.
Cradle
As
robber.
far as storytelling. Okay.
But if you weren't obligated to feel love for your wife, then it would be more like a 2.0. Or...
Hey,
Who is your sister?
if I was a jaded lover, I think
Okay.
we'd be looking about 2.
I can't wait to hear Dave's Slurpees then.
Jesus.
What? Huh? What?
You should be glad that you gave me an upgrade.
Well, that's
Monica,
Oh,
go.
Christ.
Let's go, Suds.
Like, I don't remember half of the episode because I was half asleep, but
And it was double time.
yeah.
Well,
So, but we'll give it like a 3.5. Like, that's
hey,
fine.
that is lazy as shit. Taking
Oh.
my Slurpee and just making it grow. What the hell was that? It
Nothing
was
comes like
good.
family.
I was entertained. The baby bee was cute. I mean, that's what I got.
So wait, you gave it a 3.5 for the exact opposite reason that Derek gave it a 3.5.
You're right.
He didn't like the baby bee. You thought the baby bee was cute.
I would steal it.
Okay. So you would do what Leela.
Yes.
You would do what Leela
I
did.
would steal the baby bee.
Okay.
Yeah, and kill herself for a baby.
Okay.
Jesus.
Modifier, you want to go or do you want me to go? All right, I cried.
Wow.
He did.
Are you like my wife and you cry about everything?
Yeah. I'm just giving you cover.
You're a
Suds.
sensitive man.
I cry at movies. I literally do.
Right?
I really loved this episode. I was going to give it 4 2/3, just so James couldn't write that down because the 0.6 repeating just never ends. 4.75. This is a great episode. Wait. 5.
Wow.
This is a perfect episode.
Are you rounding now?
This is a
Is
5.
this a
It has one of my
round
favorite lines of all time from the show.
Are you
period.
clowning?
I am not clowning you. One of my
Quit
favorite lines
funning.
from the whole show ever. A Leela Fry episode. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with this episode. Not to mention the multiple layers of references to everything. Like the show itself, as James pointed out, goes back to the very first episode, but also like the Star Trek references, the Star Wars references.
Oh, yeah.
In this 2001: Space Odyssey, like perfect episode. 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh that you are almost on par as being a sci-fi nerd as much as the rest of everyone else on this show, except for
Suds.
the actual Suds.
Yeah.
The actual.
It's sub to you.
Yeah.
Sub over here. No, it makes me laugh that you are a Star Trek fan and you get all the references. Yet when we are talking about them with our other host, who inserted himself into this fucking
Oh my.
podcast.
Dave's gonna quit again.
Wait, what?
It's time to retire.
No, you didn't hear the story?
No.
All right, well let's have a little story
We'll
time.
walk down memory lane to the first episode, just like this
Hang
episode.
on, Dave,
Let's
have you
go.
done your Slurmy yet?
No.
Well, fucking do it!
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll tell you right now. I give this a 4.0. Straight out the gate. I love this episode. I do. But see, this whole season is basically leading up to Fry and Leela's relationship. It is panning it out.
And this is a great episode to further that along, in my opinion.
The whole season, there are little snippets showing how much closer they're getting until we get to the movies, which then that actually shows a lot more. The next 4 or 5 episodes do a real good job of that as well. We start to see a lot more of the next episode specifically, which is, and I'm not gonna lie, is one of my
The
all-time.
Farnsworth Parabox.
It is one of my all-time favorite
Parabox?
episodes.
Yes.
It has to deal with
It's
the
fantastic,
multiverse or multiple universes.
Yeah, there is
Yeah, you already
actually
said that.
there is a lot of Fry and Leela
Well, some
because we
people.
see Fry and Leela from the alternate,
Yes.
from the parallel
Yes.
dimension.
And just that in itself is a reference to a show that I used to watch called Sliders, which was an awesome fucking
Wow,
show.
I grew up on that.
Yeah, Jerry O'Connell. Oh. But anyhow, I give this 4.0. It's a great
Hashtag hard
episode.
on.
Oh my.
Man love.
You guys are nerds. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, they get irritated because when they bring actual nerds on the show, I will talk to them about the nerdiest fucking shit. And then they're over here going, why are we getting left out?
Dave is wearing a
Oh,
Spider-Man
why are we
t-shirt.
left out on our
He's a
Futurama
nerd.
podcast
You
when you
shut-
decide to talk about the Green Lantern for 45 fucking minutes? You stupid asshole.
It's not my fault that you bring actual nerds on the show.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite?
I'm just gonna
Spider-Man?
point this out. One
My
of our
favorite-
guests is wearing a Minecraft t-shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
something
we were
about
talking
that.
about that.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this the other day because it came up because a lot of people are really behind Miles Morales. I get it; he's a cool character, but Peter Parker will always be my Spider-Man.
See, here's the thing. He's talking about comic books. Is that what you were
I
asking?
mean movie.
Yeah. See,
Oh,
I knew
movie?
that. I knew that that's what you meant, and I knew that he was going to go even deeper
There's different-
into
He
the
went-
fucking
yeah.
comic
Fucking
books
down here.
because he's
Oh,
a
no.
goddamn
Who is your
nerd.
favorite?
Well, I have since I haven't seen the new, I've only seen,
Nor have I.
I've seen Tom Holland in Civil War,
Yeah.
and he was good.
What are we talking about?
Now we're talking
Spider-Man.
about the Marvel movies. So he was good.
Can we wrap this fucking show up before we get into a Marvel movie
I have an
discussion?
editor's note that I want to add on the
I'm
end.
bored. I want to hang out with everyone.
Seriously.
Calm down.
I would like to add an editor's note that it's extremely cute that Suds and Suds are wearing the same shirt.
It is. You know what would have been funny? Had I worn that shirt today. Yeah.
Right.
Well, Ashley said that she almost did too.
We should have all worn them.
All she wants is his love. And she's willing
All I want
to
is
wear
Suds'
the
love
same
too.
shirt.
Suds hasn't. I have never been presented with the opportunity to either purchase or be gifted that shirt. So yeah.
I posted it on Facebook a year and a half ago. You
You've
didn't
been given a
respond.
retail opportunity.
It's okay. It took me about 3 months to get it. So it's okay.
Sputnik. What's the deal, man?
Spudnik. I like this.
All right, wrap it up.
Sunday.
All right. Does anyone want to plug?
Well, ask our guests, is there anything that you guys want to plug before we...
Derek, you are a business owner. Talk about it.
I own a shop in Meadville, PA called Fixed Already, and our website is fixedalready.com. We fix computers, cell phones, tablets, and game consoles.
You are such a goddamn nerd.
I love it.
Hey,
Now
this
I
is my
know.
life, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Jesus.
All right, so my band Florence and Libby has a new vinyl out. Buy it, idiots.
Do you want to give the title or the fact that you have CDs and other things as well?
Like
I'm good.
Like have a
T-shirts
merch
that I have not been given
No.
the opportunity to
No,
own.
moving on.
No.
No, that's it.
All right.
I might as well plug my freaking workplace compared to your shit.
Like she believes
Don't
in
dox
what she
yourself.
does.
Yeah. You don't believe
Last
in
does.
Florence and Libby.
That's not true.
I feel like.
didn't. Yes.
Okay.
The
Well.
first day when you.
Okay. Cool. Are we done? Are we done here?
Oh, wait, there is some bonus content we gotta get into in a bit.
Terrible.
Nathan, you got anything?
I mean, I don't really have anything to plug here other than the fact that, Orange Hitler is in the White House, and
Edward back again!
and everyone should be upset about that because not only is it a problem because of his racism, sexism, and etc., but it's literally a threat to our democracy, and everyone should be concerned about that on its face. But the most important corollary is that the Republican Party and Republican elected officials across this country sat there and said nothing while that man ran for office and is our president today, and they remain silent and supportive of him.
I think the more important corollary as far as Trump and Hitler, he could not grow a mustache if he tried.
But that hair.
He has no ball hair.
He's got the hair. That is his thing.
Fair play.
Jesus.
Anyway, everyone should be concerned. It's a real problem, and
Vote for Nathan Davidson 2020 for president.
I'm not eligible.
Gore
But,
Davidson 2020.
Yes.
I'm literally not eligible. But no, he is the orange pen of the Republican Party who wants to cut taxes for rich people and make us pay more. So, fuck them.
So let's collectively punch him square in the dick.
Hashtag make Mueller again.
Wow.
As always, you can follow me on Instagram at
Deadwolf Showl.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Deadwolf Showl.
Deadwolf's Howl.
You are the drunk one this week.
You are.
Ow.
Follow me on Twitter at Gorilla Karate.
Best name ever.
Goodbye.
All right, thank you for listening. We will see you next week.
Off you go, apparently.